Hola y bienvenidos a mi canal. My name is Flower Print or Príncipe de las Flores. I'm a Mexican-American men's fashion designer. Today we are diving into an exciting project. In este video, I am upgrading my old industrial sewing machine to a new VEVOR industrial sewing machine. I've had my old industrial machine for about maybe 2 years and it was just time for an upgrade, and I landed on a VEVOR industrial sewing machine mostly because of the price. Voy a filmar the unboxing and I'm going to be talking about a couple of details that I stumbled upon and some first impressions as well. I'll also be discussing and talking about some issues people were talking about on the internet and other YouTube comments. I did see that a lot of people who purchased VEVOR industrial sewing machines had a hard time assembling this machine. So in this video, I show you not really step by step, but I go over how I put this sewing machine together. I do have experience with industrial sewing machines, so I had an idea of how they go together. I'll be showing you como yo mismo arreglé esos problemas. So in the future, if you buy a VEVOR sewing machine, hopefully this video is informative and insightful, so you won't have to go through all that headache, right? So let's bring the sewing machine to life. Vamos, let's get started. Alright, this is the first package that arrived and it's obviously the table. I thought that they would come in together, but I guess I am going to be receiving the motor tomorrow. So as of right now, I'm going to open this up and let's see what's inside. Alright, before I open it, a little sip of Coke. As expected, I have the leg and the board, and I do know that the first steps of assembling this is putting this all together, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that today. It's around, what time is it? I think it's around 6 p.m. right now, so let's see how long it takes me to assemble all of this. So this tells you what comes in here. So it's pretty much like one wooden table, a left leg apart, right leg apart, supporting bar for middle position, pedal, drawer, all the little screws. Let's go ahead and build it. So I just took all the pieces out of the box and everything came nicely wrapped. Everything was bubble wrapped. I didn't see anything bent or damaged, and all the tools that I need to assemble the working table are right here. And this would be the drawer, so let's do that. Like I said, I think now it's like maybe like 6:15. This didn't take me long to do. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have to finish the rest of the sewing machine, even though I was hoping everything came in today so I could just finish it today and I could start sewing. But you know, tomorrow, once it comes in, I could finish setting up the whole sewing machine, and then I could also test it out and sew a jacket for you guys. Ooh. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is add the upper leg part to the leg. Now, as you could tell before you screw it, this moves. So what you have to do, or what I did, and what I recommend you to do, is to measure where you want your table to be. I want mine to be at 2 feet and 5 inches. So I'll go from the bottom here and measure it up. And that is where I will add my screws. I have a screwdriver, and I also have a, what are these called? A wrench? A wrench. And get to town. Next is adding the supporting bar. So I flip the legs over, and this part here goes right there. So let's go ahead and do that. Before I forget, no My dog is right in front of me. Do you see her? No. Trying to train her. So she's a new dog. She was very, how can I explain? What's that word? Neglected. She was very neglected by my neighbor. And then my neighbor asked me if I wanted her, so I took her in. So she's always wanting attention. I'm trying to train her. My other dog is very well trained and he's not like her. But I keep her around me because that's how you train a dog, you keep them around. But before I forget, because I've been seeing on YouTube that people who get VEVOR machines are very frustrated because the instruction manual sucks. So here's one problem that I stumbled upon that really got me thinking. First is this area right here. I did 3 screws, 2 on the sides and 1 on the other side. I used 3, right? Look at her. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh. Yeah. No. Oh my God. Okay, let me come back. So, the problem I came upon was the bar that goes at the bottom. This is where this will sit on top. Okay? When I was on these YouTube videos, I saw that they were just screwing this on. But I was like, what the fuck are they screwing it onto? Because on mine, there's nothing to screw it onto. Let me show you. Here, I hope you can see. There is nothing I could screw it onto, right? There's nothing I could screw it onto. But they provided these spacers. And I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do with these? Where do they go? I found out that they go here, right? You do it yourself. Now, where? Because there's no measurements, right? So what I did is I took the bar, put it all the way to the front, marked it with a marker, and I figured that is where I'm going to be putting the bar. That means I'm going to put the spacer right here. So I'm going to mark where the spacer is gonna go, and then I'm going to add it, and let me show you guys how I'm going to do that. Put the spacer there, and then I'm going to mark. I'm gonna go in and push it up, and then you screw this to it. If your VEVOR machine does not come with this piece already installed, you use the spacers to put under in here, and then you screw it on, and that's how you do that part. That's the first issue I stumbled across. Hey, what's up guys? So it's day 2. I'm still waiting for my second package. Basically, the entire bottom half of the machine, the leg, is done. So what I'm going to do today is screw it onto the board. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to add the pedal, and then I'm basically done. I have to wait for my second package to arrive, which will be the other parts of the sewing machine and the oil and all that stuff. Oh yeah, I also have to add the drawer, which I'll be doing that today too, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I just finished screwing on the entire legs to the board and the little storage box that's there, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like and kind of show you how I did it, alright? Hopefully it helps you too. Okay, let's start from the top. This is what I mean. There was nothing here for me to screw this onto. There were spacers that I used, so I actually had to put my finger down here and screw this onto that. I did it on this side, and I also did it on this side right here. Pretty self-explanatory. You line it up and you screw it. Make sure that this right here is touching. You are standing on top of it like this, okay? What I did in the instructions, it said 12 centimeters and 9 centimeters. That is where I put the screw. This, pretty much, you could put it wherever you want. I followed the instructions. It said 5 centimeters here and 9 centimeters here. So that's what I did. Works great. So like I said, all I am waiting for is for my second package to get here. Should be here soon. What time is it? It's 3:30. Yesterday when this arrived, it was around 4:30. So I'm gonna assume it should arrive at the same time. But all I'm going to do now is flip this over and add the pedal to it. It should be quite easy too. I'll show you guys how it looks. It's pretty self-explanatory. You add this piece to the back and then you screw it on to that bottom bar. What I recommend is probably setting it somewhere in the middle. That's what I did. I just set it somewhere in the middle and screw it in. Pretty simple. I'm waiting for my second package, which would be the rest of the machine. And it's around 4, so let me go see if it has arrived. Second box is here. It got delivered around 4, a little bit earlier than yesterday. So let me unbox it and let's see what's inside. First thing there was when I opened it was a sewing machine user's manual. So there it is, a lot bigger than I thought. Whoa. I put the oil pan in. To the left should be this opening because this is where the needle will be, right? This is where you would put in the bobbin. And these are all the parts that came with it. This is the manual. And yeah, like people have said, it's kind of useless. I mean, the instructions are very vague. It's really confusing. Don't let it intimidate you. If I could get through it, you can too. Hopefully this video will help. So I'm going to start assembling it. Oh, the VEVOR machine is electric, right? So you don't have a motor that you have to install in the bottom. So this goes under this area right here, right? So the lever part is to the left and this flat part is to the right. And what I do is I put the oil pan in first, so then I could measure where this is gonna go, kind of in relation to where the pedal is, right? All right guys, and this is what it's supposed to look like. Do you see the lever part is to the left, the flat part to the right? I connected it here and I lined it up with the presser right here. So now that this is done, you could move on to adding the machine to the oil pan. You see these rubber stoppers here? You have 4 of them. You're going to add them to the corners. So you could tell which ones go which, right? These are rounded, these are cornered. So you are going to put this in there. There we go. Do you see? And go ahead and place it in there. Next, this part goes into that hole that is in there. I don't know what it's called, but I do know that it goes right in here. Something that I want to talk about that I haven't seen in any other video is the oil. So let me show you guys. Here we go. So you should have received the oil right under your sewing machine, and as you can see, there are 2 marks, high and low. You are going to install your industrial sewing machine first. Once you install it, you're going to push it back and fill it up. What I do personally is halfway, because if you do add too much, you'll notice that your needle is going to start dripping oil because it's self-lubricating. Right in the middle between low and high is how much oil you're going to put, again, after you set the sewing machine. Make sure you oil your machine before you turn it on and before you use it, all right? Okay, mi gente, aquí está the VEVOR industrial sewing machine all put together. I hope this video was insightful and informative to you. In the future, if you do want to purchase a VEVOR industrial sewing machine, hopefully this video helps you. I'm not sponsored by VEVOR. I'm not getting paid by VEVOR at all. I just decided to buy one, and I said, how about I make a video addressing what people were saying on the internet and other comments, right? Because I did know that a lot of people were frustrated, and I have a lot of experience with industrial sewing machines, so I have an idea of how they are actually put together. I actually didn't use the manual at all because, again, I know how industrial machines are put together, so I actually put this one together myself. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see, if how to thread the machine or how to install the bobbin. You also have to time your industrial sewing machine, so I could also teach you guys how to do that. I plan on uploading other fashion videos, garment construction construction videos using my VEVOR industrial sewing machine. This is my first video back to YouTube after a couple of years, and I hope to upload more. Let me know what you guys would like to see from me or what you guys would like to see me construct. Thank you guys so much for watching. Muchísimas gracias, mi gente, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Adios.